Thank you for joining us once again. Yeah, Philip, do you think Shiwaju should be very, very more calculative than he? You know, they say he's a big strategist, a known strategist. You know, even though I have reservation for that, I believe he's a Democrat until probably the issues that happen in Rivers State. But I've never actually seen him as a strong strategist. Coming from how the election of 2023 went, I think a strategist should galvanize people to seamlessly vote for you and be in support of the best means of conducting elections, the most transparent way of conducting elections, and people will see that this result is what it is. You know, that glitch that INEC has, and it still begins to, every day of our life, to put a dot in that 2023 election. When groups like this come out to say Northern Group have endorsed Asiwaju, should Asiwaju worry? Should he open up his heart of being a strategist and say, no, these are one-man show? Senator Dan Lamy claiming that Northern Bridge Builders Forum or whatever across 19 states have endorsed Asiwaju. I mean, what kind of, is this a deception or just to seek for employment or seek recognition or attention?
When you say, I'm surprised you're saying that Asiwaju is not a strategist. And I'm also surprised you're saying that Asiwaju should be worried that this kind of group...
I'm not saying it's not a strategist.
I'm also surprised you're saying that this kind of... He should be worried that this kind of group come to endorse him. Have you forgotten the bishops that endorsed him before the 2023 elections?
That one was from the vice president.
No, Asiwaju is a strategist.
He's a strategist, but...
You have people who work from different... The vice president, it was strategized that they should come from... Was he worried when the bishop endorsed him? What was the name for those bishops? Where are those bishops today?
Bishop Kingsley.
Which church are they manning?
Bishop Philip.
So the man is a strategist. He shouldn't be worried. It is part of his strategies. What is important to him that has been endorsed by northern states, 19 states of the north has endorsed him. Whatever name, whatever under which umbrella they came from to endorse him, he was endorsed. You know what happened for the bishop endorsement? Because of the issue of Muslim ticket, and he's not going to have Christians supporting. And we have changed millions of, hundreds of bishops that came to endorse him in Abuja. And it works for him. So the man is a strategist, and he's very comfortable with the endorsement.
All right. Kingsley, I was just talking about, how we bequeath things to our children. When you are a governor, a minister, even a local government chairman, people look up to you. And what you call a strategy, what you call a way of doing things. Strategies are just pathway to results. Those your pathway to results are what people should copy. And when these things are not, they don't really stand the test of integrity, we are likely to call them a really good strategy. Like I said, that 2023 election, no matter how you look at it, that glitch that INEC has, JAM just had a glitch, and they resat the exam. INEC had a glitch, and a winner was declared. No matter how you look at it, that's not the kind of things we want to copy and make this country to be.
They went to court.
This country is only what we have. Let's not kill this country. We want a country that works for everybody at the end of the day. So let's not kind of eulogize what is not right and start running to that thing and start beginning to glorify that thing. Okay? And when you see things like this, people coming out, raising false alarm, 19 leaders from 19 northern states endorse Asiwaju. From the other side, he said it's because the economy has improved, it's because security has improved, it's because there is autonomy of local government now, and that is why the northern leaders have endorsed Asiwaju.
Well, I think I will go by what Jonathan said. Jonathan said, if you are sleeping, they wake you up. Very quickly you wake up. But if you are not sleeping and pretending to be sleeping, and they wake you up, you will not wake up. But it's better for us to wake up.
It's better.
That's the truth. This man, because I want to start from the tail end of what he said. He said, local government autonomy. Where is the autonomy?
Where is it?
Where is the autonomy? I wanted to use the foul language. I now realize who I am. So
here you are.
Do you understand? Where is the autonomy? is talking about insecurity. Where is the security we have? Let's not deceive ourselves. Now, we have election 2 years away. Now, we've been on this election matter close to a year now.
Now, since immediately after inauguration.
Now, we have forgotten.
Rather than measuring what government is done and see how they have improved from where they were.
We're giving you one, you have not finished with it. It's just like that child that is very selfish. You hold one in your hand. You are asking for another one. Have you heard the story of a monkey before? You put something inside a bottle to catch a monkey. The monkey puts his hand in there like this. When he grabs the thing and wants to come out, it can't come out. The monkey doesn't want to let that thing go. That the person that set the trap will come there and catch the monkey because it was a trap. We're giving you one. You have not finished with it. You are looking for another one. Go to All Airport Road, PBAT. We have not finished the first one we have given you. Now, sycophants are coming. The economy that we are supposed to...
That is why I started by saying, should he worry? Because one, let me tell you,
no.
In 2027,
yes.
And I've always said that election is different from re-election. In 2027, nobody's going to hold this sycophants accountable. They are going to hold Asiwaju accountable.
Let me tell you something about Asiwaju. Asiwaju ruled from 2009, if I'm correct. 1999, sorry, to 2007. Am I correct? He was actively involved in politics. When he left politics, when he left the governorship, he didn't campaign for to be any other thing. From that 2007 till this time, all that he does day to day was not for governance. All that he did from that 2007 till 2023 was do politics every day. How he will win off-cycle election, how they formed coalition, how Lagos State will run very well, how economically everything has been politics. He has not been able to get out of that. Then he became president. He continues the politics and not the governance. That's what we are seeing today.
Okay, come 2027, eventually we're beginning to get closer. We're almost also losing the battle of telling them to concentrate on governance and leave politics alone. Because even the people are not telling them to concentrate on governance. The people are also politicizing. Somebody like this Senator Dan Lami, gathering, I don't know where the 19 people, I don't know the names of these people, these so-called leaders, that did the endorsement. By this time, who should be more worried about issues of insecurity in the north? Because he was almost speaking from both sides. He also said that new groups were grouping and all that. Speaking from both sides of the mouth. Rather than concentrate on holding government accountable or letting government know that look at where these things have deteriorated. Look at the areas I think you should focus. He's going into circumferencing. And he's not even alone. There are too many people like that. Even those who are governor, making excuses for president. Those who are local government chairmen, making excuses for governor. This circle of praising among themselves. Why are people not even responding? Why are people joining them in the politics?
First, I will start with Senator Joy Dalami. For me, after going through his utterances on that publication, one thing came to my mind, that this is a political job. He's looking for a political job. I think he has been out of government for too long. I know what it is. They live in affluence where they are government. Yeah. And when they come out of government, they cannot sustain that kind of life. And the only way to get this attention of Tinubu and probably get appointed is these circumstances. And that's exactly the way I look at it. Then the other leg of the question is, why are people like that? It's so sad in this country that the only thing that matters to Nigeria is stomach infrastructure. We lack ideology, people with ideology in this country. People don't have philosophy of life. All they think about is how they can get food to eat, how they can live in drive in flashy cars, live in flamboyances and all of that. We can't have a recourse to think about what legacy they are going to leave behind. We lack people, Nigerian people generally, majority of Nigerians lack integrity, character, and what it takes to be a human being. Because human being does not live the way we live in this country, where the only thing we think of is self. We don't think about, and funny about it, we are so religious.
So religious.
Tomorrow is Friday. The whole by 12:30, the whole
All
place
the
will be
mosque is
shut.
filled
The
up.
mosque will be filled. On Sunday, the whole place will be quiet. The churches will be full and testimony and all of that. But
What of your religion? When is that day?
Man, the African
When
religion.
is that day?
We don't have a day. Every day. We worship God every day. Every minute after I started here, I'm worshiping God. That's how the African man behaves. And they came to take us. So we are disoriented by the colonial master.
Your church members are hearing you.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
I'm an African.
It was Africa before
They
becoming
will remove it from secondary.
Don't worry about that.
I'm not bothered.
It was Africa before
That's
anything.
a man with philosophy and ideology. We have to say the truth.
Yeah.
I think that is the problem we have. That is why you see people, even a city governor, the fear of the not coming back, he will start singing praises. City governor in opposition party. It's so sad until we have men of integrity, women of substance taking position, we will not move forward.
Why is it that in Nigeria, speaking truth to power is considered not being patriotic? Not to go into the politics of Kemi Badnoch, because she was also doing that for his for her UK base. When she made certain statements about Nigerian political process, election process, they all went after her that she's not patriotic, blah blah blah. Speaking truth to power, why is it considered unpatriotic? I think speaking truth to power should be actually a patriotic exercise.
There's something you showed me in your phone yesterday about the road that's been constructed.
Yes.
Then people are talking about it. Then somebody now said that, please don't talk about it.
So that you won't be seen to be against government.
So who are the government?
People were contributing money.
Government.
People were contributing money, local residents, right here in Abuja, maintaining their road. And in a group where they were communicating, and somebody said, "Oh, let's put this in up so that government will know what we're suffering." One of them said that when you do something like that, it looks like you're anti-government. Calling government to their duty means that you are anti-government.
Then some people gave him thumbs up.
Some people gave him thumbs up.
Now, the story of Lenin comes to mind. Lenin moved Russia by force into development. Now, they became so afraid of Lenin that even when Lenin died, they called the doctors to come and check Lenin.
To be sure.
And they said it was dead. Now, as they were jubilating that Lenin was dead, there was a reflex on his knee. The thing shook. All of them ran out of the room and told the doctor, you allow a dead body. They left Lenin there for 4 days, almost getting rotted. That's how people have become afraid of the government.
Conquered.
Now, if we have oppositions from the states coming after a governor, the governor will not be supporting somebody that is...
But I'm seeing a flashes of opposition, maybe because they are not a true opposition. Somewhere in Zamfara, APC in Zamfara is very, very strong. Maybe because they have power from the center.
Power grabbing.
Because they have power from the center. Because they have power from the center.
They just want to take the power from Dauda and Lawal. That's not opposition.
They want to capture Zamfara.
Look, almost every member of PDP now has gone into APC. Can I shock you?
Yeah.
Most of the local government chairmen that were hewed out of power in Edo State, most of them have gone to APC.
So who were you fighting for?
Exactly. Who were we fighting for? Well, we were fighting for the Nigeria that works for everybody.
At the end of the day, it was never for them. No, it was for the process.
I said majority of Nigeria lack philosophy and ideology. They are not people of principle. That's why the last statement I made, I said, until we have men of integrity and women of substance in power, we will remain where we are.
You see, a lot of people should not always look at it as if, for example, like with the way we talk, that we're talking against Tinubu.
No, certainly not.
We are not at all.
Certainly not.
Tinubu, there was a time we continually were praising him because of the improvement on security in this country.
Certainly, yes. And people were calling us Abado channel.
Exactly. They say that you've been bought.
They say I've been bought. They say I'm an Abado boy. That Abado.
I wanted to Abado the millions.
They say I'm Abadorian. They say don't collect money. But it's like that because their own idea is that you can't stand for a cause or against a cause until you collect money, which is very, very stupid at the end of the day. And if we continue like that as a nation, we are not going to make any progress. And at the end of the day, people like these political jobbers, you have said, and everybody, not only Asiwaju, every other person should be
But
worried.
you know, there are a lot of other good people with Asiwaju. It's only that their voice is quite low. But they are very good patriotic Nigerians.
No, I think Asiwaju should be wary of these political jobbers, especially this kind of people who are.
Senator Danlami,
we don't know where that group is. If Erowa.
No, if ACF had made a statement,
then we know that this is
exactly.
Tinubu should take it serious, not this kind of human being.
Right. Maybe when we come back, maybe during matters arising, we'll try to talk about this.
3:30 is the time.
3:30 is the time. All right. This is News Insight, and we'll be right back.